When it comes to military power in South Asia, few rivalries are as enduring and intense as that between India and Pakistan. Both nations, born from the partition of British India in 1947, have since engaged in several conventional wars, border skirmishes, and a protracted strategic competition that encompasses not only conventional military forces, but also nuclear capabilities. To understand the depth of this rivalry, it's essential to compare their military strengths, analyze the countries and alliances that support each side, and consider the implications of both nations being nuclear-armed powers. India boasts one of the world's largest military forces. The Indian Army, with over 1 million active personnel, ranks among the most substantial standing armies. It's complemented by significant numbers in the Indian Navy and Air Force, adding to the overall potency of their joint services. India's military doctrine is built around both defensive and offensive capabilities, allowing for the projection of power across the country's various borders, spanning the deserts of Rajasthan, the mountainous terrain of Kashmir, and the vast coastline along the Indian Ocean. The hardware behind India's military might is diverse and increasingly sophisticated. India operates a combination of Western, Russian, and indigenous weapon systems. Its armored core fields over 3,000 main battle tanks, such as the Russian T-90s, the indigenous Arjun, and older T-72s. The Indian Air Force commands a formidable inventory including Sukhoi Su-30 MKIs, Mirage 2000s, Jaguars, and more recently, the French Rafale jet fighters. India's Navy, one of the strongest in the region, includes aircraft carriers, destroyers, submarines, including a growing number of nuclear-powered vessels, and a potent fleet of corvettes and frigates. Pakistan's military, while smaller, remains highly capable and battle-tested. With around 650,000 active personnel, Pakistan's army is often regarded as the backbone of the state. Its doctrine emphasizes rapid mobilization and defensive offensive strategies aimed at countering India's numerical superiority. Pakistan's armed forces are particularly experienced in mountain warfare, given their constant alert status along the line of control in Kashmir. Pakistan's military hardware is sourced from a blend of American, Chinese, and increasingly locally manufactured products. The Air Force operates F-16 Fighting Falcons supplied by the United States, Chinese JF-17 Thunderjets co-developed with China, and several legacy aircraft. Its armored core is fielded with Al-Khalid tanks, a collaboration with China, and older American Patton and Chinese Type 85 tanks. While Pakistan's Navy is smaller in comparison, it focuses on securing coastal waters and maintaining a credible submarine-based deterrent. Beyond the quantitative assessments, the qualitative edge in technology, training, and logistics also matters. India's defense budget is substantially higher. By recent estimates, it's roughly 6 to 7 times that of Pakistan's. This allows for greater investment in research and development, upgradation of legacy systems, and a higher operational tempo. Nevertheless, Pakistan compensates through highly motivated personnel, strategic clarity, and an agile command structure, which has often proved effective in symmetrical and asymmetrical engagements. The nuclear dimension adds a profound layer of complexity to the rivalry. India demonstrated its nuclear capability with its first test in 1974, later declaring itself a nuclear weapons state after further testing in 1998. Pakistan followed suit, conducting its own nuclear tests mere weeks after India's 1998 Pokhran tests. Both countries possess a nuclear triad, the ability to deliver nuclear weapons from land, air, and sea platforms. While exact numbers are classified, estimates suggest that both possess between 150 and 170 nuclear warheads each. Both nations have invested in setting up command and control systems that aim to ensure the survivability and credibility of their nuclear forces. India maintains a policy of no first use, NFU, promising not to use nuclear weapons as a means of aggression unless first attacked by an adversary using such weapons. Pakistan, on the other hand, has not committed to such a pledge, arguing that its smaller conventional forces require a flexible nuclear posture to deter a larger Indian conventional assault. The rivalry between India and Pakistan doesn't unfold in isolation. Regional and global powers play crucial roles in shaping the balance. Traditionally, Russia has been India's largest supplier of defense equipment and a long-standing strategic partner. The relationship was forged during the Cold War and has seen the transfer of advanced technology in aviation, armor, and naval platforms. However, in recent years, India has diversified its sources, purchasing American, French, and Israeli weapon systems, resulting in a multi-vector defense policy. The United States, while traditionally closer to Pakistan during the Cold War due to geopolitical calculations, has in recent decades shifted towards a strategic partnership with India, particularly as part of broader Indo-Pacific objectives aimed at counterbalancing China's rise. This has resulted in technology transfers, joint military exercises, and the designation of India as a major defense partner. Nonetheless, the U.S. continues to cooperate with Pakistan on counterterrorism and regional stability issues, although aid levels and military support have diminished over the years. China stands as Pakistan's most steadfast ally. The defense relationship encompasses joint weapons development, the supply of critical aircraft, tanks, and missiles, and increasingly, naval cooperation. The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, strengthens not only economic ties, but also military logistics and infrastructure. For Pakistan, this alliance provides a counterweight to India's superior military size and growing global partnership. Other nations and blocs also play roles, albeit to a lesser degree. France and Israel have supplied advanced military technology to India, while Turkish and Middle Eastern powers have provided limited support to Pakistan in defense and diplomatic forums. The United Kingdom has mutual ties with both, largely in the form of officer training and select technology transfer. The fact that both India and Pakistan are nuclear-armed is a central concern for global security. Their rivalry has introduced the risk of escalation from conventional to nuclear conflict, particularly in moments of acute crisis, such as the Kargil War in 1999 or the Balakot airstrikes in 2019. International actors, including the United Nations, the United States, Russia, and China, frequently urge measured responses and dialogue whenever tensions flare, understanding the catastrophic consequences of even a limited nuclear exchange. In the grand scheme, India's military power continues to grow, underpinned by its greater economic base, vast population, and increasingly diversified technological capability. Pakistan remains resilient, adept at leveraging alliances and focusing resources on critical fronts. The overall balance remains dynamic, influenced not just by numbers and weapon systems, but by doctrine, alliances, and, crucially, nuclear deterrence. As both countries modernize their militaries and navigate new security challenges, the delicate balance in South Asia will continue to be a pivotal area for international attention and diplomacy, with the hope that competition remains controlled and open hostilities are avoided. This tense peace, underpinned by the reality of nuclear deterrence, is likely to remain the defining feature of India and Pakistan's military relationship for years to come.